You're listening to City Buzz MOBCAST, national tone of underground rap, hosted by yours truly, Mista Solo. Stop spinning that dial. You're on the right track right now with City Buzz MOBCAST, baby. Welcome to another exciting episode of City Buzz MOBCAST. This is your host, Mista Solo, and this morning we're going to be going in to some interviews with Clayton WILDCAT Thomason, who has been performing for 10 years on the Harriet II party boat down in Montgomery, Alabama. Now, although he is not a rap artist, he is a great artist and a great performer. So we're going to salute great performers and great artists today. But before we go into that, we're going to talk about something here. What I'm trying to do is encourage everybody to stay positive, stay focused. You know what I mean? Don't feed into that I'm bigger than you shit. You know, don't feed into all that shit, because all that's gonna do is cause contention within yourself. You know, nobody's trying to compete with you, and if they are, then that's their problem. Let them do what they want to do. If they feel like they gotta compete with you, just keep doing what you're doing. You know, keep it positive and keep it simple. Right now, I'm trying to focus on helping the independent artists as much as I can by doing free promotion. You know, it don't cost you nothing to be on the video. It don't cost you nothing to be on the show. It don't cost you nothing to put your voice out there and tell people who you are and what you do and what your goals are. You know, it ain't about being ambitious, because ambition means that you're trying to be bigger than something else. You know, you're trying to be more than what you don't have. Be yourself. You see niggas out there throwing up money in the club and riding around with guns and doing all this, dressing this kind of way and looking like they got to use this kind of drug and all that. You don't have to do all that. Be yourself. Because at the end of the day, you ain't got nobody but you. If your mama, daddy, sister, brother, everybody died, auntie, uncle, nephew, niece, if everybody died around you, who you got? You got yourself. So you have to focus on you. Not saying be selfish, but when it comes to accomplishing your goals, you can't let anybody or anything get in the way of that. You know, and a lot of people get caught up in that. I don't get no support and this and that and the other. You know, what are you doing to support somebody else? See that?
And all of us know a little hurt in our lives. We know aunties that have to use a needle. We got kinfolks that go to chemo. But you know, Johnny kind of put everything in one song. Because no matter what little life we have, we got folks out there hurting though. So Johnny wrote this before he left here, y'all. Johnny Cash kind of told it like it was.
Today, to see if I still feel. I focus on the pain, the only thing that's real. The needle tears a hole, that old familiar sting. Try to kill it all away, but I remember everything. What have I become? wear this crown of thorns upon my liar's chair, full of broken thoughts that I cannot repair. Beneath the stains of time, the feelings disappear. You are someone else. I'm still right here. What have I become? My sweetest friend, and everyone I know goes away in the end. You have it all. My empire of dirt, 'cause I will let you down. I will make you hurt. And you, Johnny Cash.
That was Clayton WILDCAT Thomason performing the song Hurt live in his own unique sound. This was recorded live. This is a cover from Trent Reznor in the style of Johnny Cash, performed on the Harriet II Riverboat in Montgomery, Alabama. Hello, hey, what's up, brother?
Hey, Ron, what's up, my friend?
Yeah, so
Okay.
what I'm basically doing is do like you know, it's an artist questionnaire type of situation. You know, just your listeners want to know something about what you got going on and what you doing with your music and whatnot.
Gotcha. Okay, so I'll let you lead, and I'll answer, and or if you just want me to do a quick rundown, you just let me know how you want me to proceed, bro.
Okay. Well, first question is well, you know, just tell the listeners what type of music you do and where you're from, a little bit about yourself.
Okay. My given name is Stephen Clayton Thomason. My artist name is Clayton WILDCAT Thomason. I was born in Jersey, but my father ended up moving us back down south, and I was raised pretty much in Alexander City, Alabama. Cotton mill heritage growing up, working long hours, taught core values, and I thank them for that. I think that's given me the character I've had over the years. My music pretty much is a real look into family life. The first album I did was called Southern Echoes. Southern Echoes encompass my father's Native American heritage with my mother's early musical career. My mom actually toured with Ike and Tina Turner in the early 60s around Jersey, New York, even when they were on the Chitlin circuit. Mom sung with somebody called Loveless Watkins. And I think she said one of the first clubs they played for Ike and Tina was South Club 300. So some of the people up north may recall that area. But Mom had a gift. She was a gospel singer from Coosa County, Alabama. She sung with the CMBs. Most people around LA City know Miss Banks and Mr. Banks. I think they've both passed on since now, but she was part of that group, and she could sing, man. She could sing, and I never knew that she was out there as deep as she was, because the only mom I saw was the religious mom. So, okay. You know, when I got to question her about this and that, but I know how she would light up whenever Tina Turner would come on the screen, you know. So I guess some of those old memories would wake her up. But Southern Echoes is pretty much about, it's a cultural blend of country, R&B, and I was pretty much the writer. I did have and I still have a great music mentor. His name is Frank Gray. He's KK Psi. He's at ASU. That's Alabama State University, Marching Hornet. Frank was horn leader, played trombone. He also plays bass. He also plays keyboard and drums, and one of the best vocalists around as far as urban type singing. But and I've always been blessed with great musicians. So when we actually wrote all my music, we went old folks call the scratch board. We go into the studio with nothing but the instruments, and we create everything with our hands and with people that have years and years of mastering an instrument. And when you are surrounded by that type of talent, only good things can come out of that.
All right. Now, speaking of talent, which famous musicians do you admire the most?
You know, I've got a little clip on my page. It said, if James Brown and Johnny Cash went half on a baby, I would be born. Wow! A lot of my music with Southern Echoes is, I touched on Katrina, and I'll be fair with myself, even though I marketed my stuff back in 2009, 2010, 2011, and I'm getting royalty checks now over in England and places like that across the water. It sells, but I used to perform only my originals, and my band would do covers. The focus was on family, love. I did touch on some social events. Beautiful True Love. It's one of those songs I did on my second album where it talked about the mill closing. And as you know, from our hometown, it used to employ over 40, 50,000 people. Those jobs went away, and they were not coming back. So Beautiful True Love would focus on what I could control. I could control this love I had in my life at the time, and I was blessed. I focused on what I did have, and of course I went and found another job. But yeah, it's definitely it pours out. Whatever you're experiencing as a musician, in most cases, that's what you're going to write about. I mean, and the true musicians, they let their soul pour. If you went through a bad breakup, it's going to be a love song.
Right.
If you're being disrespected at work, and after 30 years they take your job, you're going to pour, a social song out there. So, and to me, that's the beauty of music. Music transcends because somebody out there is going to feel something. But I guess I just celebrated 10 years on the Harriet II riverboat.
Yeah, that's a good run right there.
Yeah. When I think about the history of the boat, I remember when I first started, I didn't fit the normal regime around town. Nobody wanted to let me have a gig. And, a lot of guys laughed and scoffed. But, I've never been one to back down from anything. And I said, you know what? I just really think that there are enough of us doing R&B and blues. I want to do that, but I also want to do country. I love to rock. Why can't I put all of that in a show? So my whole concept, I embellished James Brown. I remember Mick Jagger said one time, the worst thing I've ever done is go behind James Brown. Oh my God. There is no following James Brown. I mean, we were fucked, dude, when James went first, And so he said, we're out there and we sound decent, okay? But this is James fucking Brown. Oh my God. And so I realized if I can incorporate music with dance, with a facade, and so my whole concept was everybody sings in the band. And the audience is going to be guessing on what are they going to do next. And most of my show is old school turn up, but we'll take, I love Sweet Home Alabama. I love Alabama as a whole, but if you really understand when Sweet Home Alabama was written, it was during some turbulent times in the South.
Right.
Well, so, and a lot of artists like, man, why you play that? That's that song. So I said, well, you need to listen to how I play it. I take a negative and I turn it into a positive, because I start my song, or to break the ice in Alabama on the Montgomery Riverboat. Got any Alabama fans in the house? We got any War Eagle fans in the house? And you almost always going to get half and half. And then, you know, we use that and we'll do a couple of verses, mix it into some of Kids Rock stuff. But, you know, it's a performance. It's a 2-hour show. But riding up the Alabama River is not what they come for. You know, my 5,000 Facebook fans all came from the boat. I didn't realize how music would affect a family reunion, a church gathering, birthday parties. So I've made so many wonderful friends through the years. And then when I sit down and play one of my songs, it's like, wow, okay, you know, like I got one called Lobo the Wolf. It's straight 154 blues, man. I don't let it, man. You know, okay. But I love all music. So, but the ability to be able to clown, I would say James Brown, and then Johnny Cash, you know, because he went upstream. If you know his story, you know, he battled drugs and everything, but he went upstream. And I like what he did in the prison that time when he went in the Folsom prison. And,
I like that.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's who I am. I want to be Wildcat. I want to be something different. So when people ride the boat, they say, "Oh my God!" And people who've seen my show, who've actually seen the show, excuse me, you get music, but you also get comedy. To me, you know, sometimes when you're in the show, people are too tightly wind up. So, you know, I will recognize birthdays, anniversaries, and whatever I do is going to come off the hip. It comes out naturally. It comes across right, and it's humor, and everybody loves it. And then I'll pick on those couple of people and make their entire experience on the boat special. And, yeah, man, it's been a great run, you know. Of course, you know, I dealt with losing my wife of 21 years to breast cancer, and I was forced to raise my 2 daughters. At the time, they were 7 and 9. So that was a real look at to what a guy, and a lot of men have done this, and I'm going to tell you right now, my hat's off to you. But, you know, it's a shame that you have to sometimes fight against first side of the family where they think a man cannot raise 2 girls.
Right.
And to this day, man, let me say this. I know we're talking about my music, but both of my girls are healthy and strong, and my 22-year-old is right now a full-fledged Alabama realtor. She's selling 2 or 3 houses a month, and she's about to graduate from UAB School of Nursing, and she is a staff sergeant in E5 Red Tail of the 187th right here in Montgomery, Alabama. Okay. So, yeah, she's on her way, man, and I just told her, I said, you know, losing your mom would not be an excuse. Use it to be whatever you want to be. And she's already achieved this at 22, man. I can't wait to see what this woman does by the time she's 30.
Well, we want to know what's next for you in the music.
I am going to start. I've been inspired actually by you. Now, I've done a couple of videos. When Priscilla passed, I put out Streams of Water. And I worked on that project with Dr. Tommy Stewart. Most people will remember her character on The Heat of the Night. She played Aunt Nellie, Virgil Tibbs' aunt. She used to always keep the baby. And she also played Samuel L. Jackson's wife in A Time to Kill. Well, she and I recreated that video with the girls. So you can find that on YouTube, or you can Google Clayton Thomason, Streams of Water. And it's about loving, and it's about losing, but it's about surviving. So the next thing for the Wildcat is that, Lord, I want to do what James Brown did in the early days. I want to, since we still have all this COVID and the COVID resurgence, I love what I do on the boat because I'm generally on the third deck, and people like outside events now. So you don't have to get right up on anybody, and you can have your own little space, and it's just a little bit better to go out in a family type setting. So my goal now is to establish Wildcats dockside downtown Montgomery, and also take this show on the road. I want to do like maybe in Alabama, I want to do like maybe a 15, 20 city tour where we go in, but I want to be featuring my original music from my 3 albums. I wrote a total of 41 songs. I got a couple I'm going to send you because I think you could probably add some of your some of your nice atrocity lyrics, and especially going home. Going home is about going back home to where we were raised at, and reliving bonfires and fishing down on the pond, and drinking homebrew with Miss Homeline there, and just yeah. Because life is about living. Before you know it, our time is gone, man. So my whole concept is, and what I give away at my shows is a good time. So people, and it's funny because the same guys that wouldn't let me in, I didn't ask to come through their doors. I made my own doors. The way I got on the boat, they actually saw me performing downtown on the street, and I love to dance, and but it's a freestyle dance. Whatever the music tells me to do, like James Brown say, I got something in me that tell me what to do.
Yeah.
But people feel that energy. So the women come, they know that I'm on a cut up. In turn, they cut up. So you create the right vibe, and people like that, and they like a good time. And so when they leave that boat, they say, oh, my God, that Wildcat is something else. I will be back. I know I've done my job, And so I'm booked at Auburn games. I'm booked after the games. I was booked so much, I was booked 2 and 3 times a day. And these same cats were saying, how in the hell can he get 2 or 3? And I can't even get 1 gig.
Right.
So, But yeah, I want to take me on the tour. I'm 56 right now. I'm in the best shape of my life. I've actually lost 25 pounds. I'm about 226, so I can do my James Brown spin and my shaking and everything that I do in my show. My show is high energy.
Yeah,
and
I've seen it.
And people who come from Las Vegas and everywhere else, they say, oh, my God, you should be in Las Vegas. I said, no, baby, Vegas should be here. I'm going to keep it because it ain't but one of me around here. And so it makes me acceptable. But I played for the governor. I played for Greg Calhoun, Evander Holyfield, Smokey Robinson. All these guys, when they come for this golf classic back in the day, and I remember at one party at the embassy, they had some band up there, and everybody was saying, what the guy had that was on the boat, Greg? Can you get him in here? And so, hey, Lord, he said, Cat, I need you, baby. This is a movers and shakers. I got to get this money. I need to be entertained. And so, and when we first got to the door, they were like, no, this is invitation only. I said, tell him Wildcat out here. Oh, Mr. Wildcat, we're waiting for you. And so, me, I'm crazy anyway. I go in there. Oh, my God. You guys started without me, and everybody started clapping. And so we go to the stage. Let's shake it up a little bit. What do you say, boys? I got a nickel in my pocket going jing-a-ling-a-lang. And we'll take that and mix it into something else, man. It was just fun, bro. Just having fun.
Yeah. That's what it's about. Enjoying it. If you don't enjoy something, don't do it.
That's right. But yeah, shoot some videos. I take a page out of your book so I can allow people to see through the video exactly what this song is about and how it was inspired. And I'll be honest with you. Some of the best music that I think I've done, I haven't really done a great job promoting it. I mean, I get royalty checks now coming in, and they're between $500 and $600. You're like, okay, after 15, 20 years of doing music, but I didn't do it for the money. I did it, but I was smart enough to copyright my stuff. I sent a lot of stuff to Taxi, so I've had a couple of movies look at some of my songs. They will come back sometime. This is a little too realistic for us, or this is that. But that's their problem, not mine. I'm gonna keep writing. I'm gonna keep doing me.
Keep doing what you do. Yeah. The First Amendment, freedom of speech.
That's right.
Freedom of expression. Well, before we wrap this up, brother, if you could give a message to your fans, one message, what would you give them?
Life is meant to be enjoyed. Enjoy the music. Take time to look at the sun. Take time to look at that person that is important to you. Take time to take walks. Just stop and live in the moment. So many times we run through life because in the end, all you really have is your memories, Lori. That's really all we have.
Yep. At the end of the
I
day.
can remember your mom and my mom taking all their boys to worship and all of us sitting there bored out of our minds, but we knew we get our hands whooped. We nut up in that hall. I can remember my mama having 5, and then your mama over there with 7 or 8 of y'all. Oh my God, you know. And, but we learn how to read correctly. We learn how to use logical, coherent development, and all of that early training has benefited us. You know, so
keep you alive.
Yeah, yeah, it did, bro. It did. So yeah, stop and enjoy life, man. Stop and enjoy life. That's what I would tell my fans and the ones that come on the boat. I love you. Keep coming. We're gonna keep bringing it to you, baby.
All right. All right. Thank you for being on the City Buzz MOBCAST, and keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you, brother.
All righty.
Okay.
This has been another episode of the City Buzz MOBCAST, hosted by yours truly, Mr. Solo. Okay. Thank y'all for watching. And as you know, if you haven't heard the buzz, you have not heard City Buzz. And this is how we do it. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching. You're listening to City Buzz MOBCAST, national tone of underground rap music, hosted by yours truly, Mr. Solo. Stop spinning that dial. You're on the right track right now with City Buzz MOBCAST, baby.